Hello everybody, in this video we're going to be using my Blossom Stamps collection with one of the Creative Expressions embossing folders. We're also going to be using detail embossing powders within the embossing folder. So this is a slightly different technique that you might not have seen before using embossing folders and powders. So let's get on with it. Okay, for this card you're going to be using my Blossom collection stamps. So the Blossom collection is one that I did earlier on this year. Featuring beautiful delicate blossom flowers. You've got some solid ones, you've got the different shapes in there, the different styles of flower, but all in that coordinating look that you would expect from me. You've got the everyday sentiments there, you've got the two different tags, you've also got the extra ones, the occasions sentiments with the tags. So the occasions ones really are the ones that you wouldn't use as often, but sometimes somebody might come to you and say, do you know, my friend's just moved into a new house or something, have you got a stamp for that? And yes, you have in that collection. Then you've got the gorgeous banners that you see me use lots and lots of times. Two different size banners, and then you've obviously got all the sentiments that fit inside them. I purposefully put the sentiments separately so that you could use them with other projects as well. Then you've got the sentiment label with the sentiments again. So these are different size sentiments. These are a little bit bigger. And they will all obviously fit inside the label, and all the sentiments that you've got in the banners set, they will also fit in this collection as well. Then you've got the corners, the ever popular corners featuring the same blossom flower. I'll try and be quick, but I really do like you to see the whole collection. These beautiful flourishes, they've got all that detail in there with the same blossom flowers. Then you've got the corners. So corners was something that I really wanted in this collection because I like to decorate the, the V flap of the envelopes and that kind of thing. And the corner of your boxes, you can use those to perfection there. And then you've got all the frames. Now, I'm only going to show you two because there are actually a lot more, but two is the easiest way for me to explain it. So you've got the large, this is a square obviously, you've got the large square, then you've got the small square, and then you've got the little sentiment in the bottom. So you've got the same idea with the squares, with rectangles, with ovals and with circles, and I've designed these to fit in all of Sue's large double pierced dies, so that makes it easier for cutting out. Now the Blossom collection also features two different backgrounds. This is the first time as well that I've given you two different backgrounds to complement a whole collection. You've got the solid one, which is the all over one, which is this one here. And then you've got the stripy one, which is absolutely gorgeous when you use it at the bottom of a project. So you've got beautiful blossom stripes. And then last but not least, you've got the flower layers. I'll just turn that around actually quickly just to show you that it is actually one solid stamp. You do need to cut these ones out. It's the only way we could kept the price so low. But what you've got there is you've got different sizes within the Blossom stamps. So again, you can chop those up, use them to create fabulous backgrounds or embellishments. Okay, so that's quite a comprehensive collection is the Blossom. I'll just pop these out of the way. And really I do that, again, you've heard me say it 100 times before, I do it so that we've got, well, easier matting and layering, we've got easier coordination, we've got everything that works for us without us having to stress, and that's what you've got here. This is a really good example to show you. So you've got those lovely corners, you've got the gorgeous sentiment on the banner across the centre, and those three little extra embellishments that are on the banner, they're actually from the verse set. So it all works really in unison, which is what I wanted for you. What I'm going to show you this time is this technique I've used on the embossing folder in the background. This is actually using embossing powder within an embossing folder. So I'm just going to pop that to one side and we'll get organised with that. So this is the one that I've already got ready. I'm just going to quickly show you. So I've used the True White embossing powder, the Cosmic Shimmer True White Detail embossing powder, and the Star Swirls embossing folder. It doesn't work on all embossing folders, I can tell you that much. What you need is one that's a little bit more linear, that's got more lines, as opposed to one that's got lots of solid spaces. The ones with solid spaces, it doesn't work so well. So the bits of kit you will need for this are your embossing folder, you'll need a speedball brayer, one of the spongier ones as opposed to one of the really firm ones, your perfect medium pad, and your card chop down. I'm using the Foundation's Blue Dust card because it works really well with the white powder. So this is how easy this is. In case you're wondering if this works by using the perfect medium and just patting it onto the embossing folder, It will, but it won't work as sharply. You won't get such a clean result, because as you're pressing, the sponge from the pad is going down the sides of the raised part of the embossing folder, hence it's not so neat. So two different sides to your embossing folder. You've got the smooth side, you've got the raised side. So we're actually going to apply the perfect medium to the raised side. And like I say, the best and easiest way to do that is with your speedball brayer. So you can be quite firm with it. What we need is a good coverage of the perfect medium. You'll know that it's got some on your brayer because it's shiny and looks a little bit greasy, if you like. Yeah. So there's not enough on there. So I'll just carry on doing that. Keep going. And then you can actually press quite firm, because I know now that the speedball brayer is actually giving me the right amount of pressure. It doesn't matter how hard I put that on. Just put a little bit more. That's not enough. It's a fabulous technique, and it's just brilliant. It's another way to use your embossing folders as well, giving you a different way to do it. Now you can do this with ink, but I'll show you that on a later demo. Let's just put that on there. Before I forget, you do need to pop the anti-static bag onto your card that's going into the embossing folder. So face down. Now I'm using my platinum machine here. It really doesn't matter which machine you've got, as long as you can use the A4, your embossing folder through there, it doesn't matter. I'll come back, save me stretching over the counter. There we go, and I'll just take that out. So if I now show you on the inside of there, you've actually got some, you can see that it's got the embossing ink in there from the perfect medium. I'll just get my true white embossing powder. In fact, what I'll do is I'm just going to show you half. I'll just do the bottom half to show you the difference, because it's easy. Excuse me just turning this round, I don't want to get it on everybody. He says, there you go, pop the lid on Phill. I'm just going to do the bottom half so you can see the difference, because it's quite difficult to see on screen. Okay, so the top half I've actually left that plain, so you can actually see the debossed channels of the embossing folder. And on the bottom half you can now see that we've got the true white detail embossing powder inside those channels. That's where the perfect medium's sticky. That's why it has to be on the raised side of your embossing folder. If you do it on the smooth side, what you would have ended up with, I'll just turn that over. If you did it on the smooth side, all those bits that are debossed on this side, i.e. the flat parts, they would be full of embossing powder, so not quite a pretty, as a pretty effect. So embossing heat tool, I'll turn around so you can see me do this. I'm going to do it from the back just so you can see. I'll start in this top corner here and let you change. Let's see if you can see that change. I can't see anything yet. Well, in a minute. I'll just wiggle it so I can see what I'm doing. There you go. Right, so you can actually see that change. So just working my way around. Obviously when you've got more time at home you can be a little bit more thorough. I just wanted to give you the idea. Just carry on, heat that up. Have I covered it all? Just missed a bit there, missed a bit at the top. And that will do nicely, thank you very much. So let me just show you now. So what we've got now, if I just bend that a little bit, you can see now that the embossing powder's melted inside the channels. Yeah, so you've got that lovely glossy finish from the embossing powder. So this is the side we would traditionally use from our embossing folders, but look how amazing it is in reverse. Completely different. Okay, so I'll save that for my sister to tidy up because she loves cleaning up after me. Obviously not. So this is where I've got to already. So I've stamped and embossed the four corners from my Blossom collection, the corner sentiments. It's the same blue card, the Blue Dusk Foundations card, and I've stamped and embossed with the true white embossing powder. This is my piece that I've already got done ready because I needed to make sure I got glittered. Exactly the same way that I've just shown you, only I popped that onto some white card and I've glittered around the edge. We're going to pop that in the centre when I find my pick tool, which is hiding from me. And here we go with the fun of the foam tape. Oh, it's behaving. I wonder how long that's going to last for. Spoke too soon. Just take that off. I told you, every time, every show, every video, every time. This one. There's just a bit of glue, wiggle time. Pop that in the centre, straight in the centre. This is another reason why I love the corner stamps. We've now actually created our own frame, and if you think that there are 8 or 9 different, there are 8 actually, 8 different sentiments in that one set alone. That's 8 different versions we can create of this card. So I've got the oval from Sue's double pierced oval, so I'm just going to put some glue on the back of that. Again, as I say, cosmic glue is the best way to go. Pop that straight in the centre. Oops. This is why we need cosmic, and this is why it sticks to everything. And then this is the large oval frame from the Blossom collection. So I've stamped that in exactly the same way, heated it up with the true white embossing powder, and I've just cut that out by hand. Now I did mention to you that that fits inside Sue's double pierced oval dies, and it does. You can see where I've used the frame there. But what I wanted was the piercing on the outside, which is what you would get from that, not on the inside of my stamp. Just pop that on there. Put that straight in the middle. So easy to line up when you've got a guide underneath. The sentiment border. So this sentiment that I've used here is actually from the frame, the label, the sentiment's label shape, and the 3 little flowers on the end are from the Versus collection. So it's showing you how it all mixes and matches and works really well together. Let's pop that on. And now I can line that up perfectly, because I want that little bit off there and a little bit on there. This is why I only use Cosmic Shimmer Glue, because already that's starting to grab for me. Such an easy technique, the embossing folder, but it works really well with the Blossom stamps. And then I've got 2 little flourishes, the beaded swirl flourish. I'm going to stick on. Put that on there. Let's come in a little bit. And then the last one underneath. Just give us a little bit of a flourish on one side. You notice I'm not overdoing it with the embellishments, because there's actually enough detail going off with the embossing folder technique and with the stamping. So this die that I've used for the, this die that I've used here for my flower is actually Sue's string, I can't find it, Sue's string flowers. And it works really, really well with the Blossom stamps because of the shape of it. And obviously it's something a little bit different. Pop 2 more down here. The smaller version. Just hold that in place for a second. Look at my mat. I started off really, really organised, and the mat's just wiggled its way around. Just poke those up a little bit. Okay, so we'll just finish off with a little bit of glacier ice around the edges of the sentiment banner. And again, if you've not seen me do this before, this is how quickly and easily it's done. You just need to go along the edge with your Cosmic Shimmer Glue. I am going to come in there as well. Because it dries clear, all you're going to be left with is the gorgeous sparkle you get from the glacier ice. Just pop it on there, turn the card around, so instead of trying to go over the top, which I have done in the past, and then dropped a big blob of glue on there, put a bit in there, just turn your card around, and a little bit there. So if you look, all I'm doing is actually glittering the little beady points of the flourish. Glacier ice. Just to finish off, it's just those little finishing touch details. Just turn that around. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I can't do that opposite way on. I can't glitter in reverse. There we go. I'll just put that to one side, and there we go. So there's the one that we've just made using the gorgeous, fabulous embossing folder technique with the beautiful blossom flower stamps. So that's the one that we've just done, and this is my original. Yeah, so it's quite easy to keep going with that. Have fun with that technique. Try it with different kind of embossing powders. I've used True White on there, but try one of our new brilliant sparkler ones. You get a completely different finish. So have a go with that, enjoy it, have fun. Remember to treat yourself to the blossom stamps that go so well with it. And I shall see you next time. Thank you.